morning, everyone. Welcome to Simply Live with Simply Lesa on this Mother's Day 2022. As we're waiting for some people to come in, let me give you a little bit of an update. Um, it's been really windy where I am. Well, most of Arizona is pretty windy right now. Um, It appears that my phone is coming in and out of focus. So if you see that, I don't know that there's anything I can do to change that. So I'm going to, whoops, not do that. Okay. I can't make that go away. There we go. All right. So hi, whoever's here. Welcome. And if you have questions today, please put a uppercase Q or more than one in front of your question and in the chat, and then I can check that. I can see it and find it more easily. Also, you'll notice in one of the corners of your screen that there's now super chats and super thank yous. And I appreciate when anybody chooses to do that. It allows you, I believe, to donate to me, and I'll get it within a couple of months. So, oh, what's this? Okay. So, hmm. So for a minute there, we had two people. Now we only have one. Okay. So I am inside the tracker today. I am using my WeBoost, which has been working wonderfully with this newer cell phone. And Overland Expo is coming up real soon, people. I didn't check how many exact days, but within the next 2 weeks. It's the weekend of the 20th through the 24th, I believe, is Overland Expo West. And I will be teaching or facilitating 5 different classes. Wow. That almost feels a little overwhelming. It's so much, but it's good stuff. I'm going to show off the tracker and how I camp and sleep out of my tracker, how I can be on the road with it. I also am going to talk about budget gear, which will include things that I buy from like Home Depot, Harbor Freight, Walmart, Dollar Generals, stuff like that. It'll be about gear ideas. I also will be talking about nomadic and van dwelling, van life, and um, overlanding, because I finally have a capable vehicle that can get me into some really cool campsites. And I'm actually at one that I might not come to if it was muddy, but it's the roads are dry, and I'm not very far away from home base. I apologize. I put my finger in front of the camera just then. Um, but it's a 2-track Jeep road, and the ground clearance, and I didn't have to use 4-wheel drive, but my tires make a big difference. And I still love a Jeep Wrangler, but no offense to any Jeep people, but my tracker is more or less a mini Jeep. Um, Not to get myself in trouble, but it is a capable off-road vehicle, and that's the part that was more important. And because my mechanic in St. John's was able to help me get a lift kit put on and wider tires, which did make them a little bit taller. Um, it's a very capable vehicle for this. And so I'm in a lovely place, and there are no other people, and I have an incredible view. And I'm not telling you where it is. because I will share with really close friends, but I'm not sharing with everybody. Um, it's all good. It's all good. Um, so let's see. I thought I would talk a little more. Wow, I've said a few times. Uh, believe that it would be wise to do some more talking about Overland Expo. I will be getting up to the Flagstaff area a little early. And then I'll be doing a little extra work like with my computer and things. I'll have to like go places where I can use internet libraries and things like that, coffee shops, whatever I can maneuver. Um, I've been I'm in the tracker. It works really well. Yes, of course, like everything, there's a little learning curve and a little adjustments as I remember what's I need. And I brought a couple of things that I kind of could have left home. It's okay. It was minor. But in this space, every inch is important. Um, uh, Learning which places to put things, learning or relearning, getting oriented to some bad weather days with this really high winds we're having in Arizona, which have been fueling some uh, fires in New Mexico, and there were some fires up near Flagstaff, but I think things are calming down again. By Tuesday, the wind should be back to a more normal uh, spring wind pattern. Um, what else? What else do I need to tell you? Uh, so who have I got with me? Do you want to say hi? Do you have questions today? Yes, happy Mother's Day, happy Fur Mom's Day to anybody out there watching, or that sees this later as a recorded video. Um, Overland Expo is going to be work, fun, whatever. I've got a camera that I have not had practice with yet, that I need to work with, but I'll be doing that later this week as I've been camping with a camp buddy. So as I take off from here, I'll be back on my own again. That'll change the way I work on some things because I'll have my focus all on myself again. Um, and the car's running really well. I'm getting better gas mileage. I'm able to go just about anywhere I want to go, which is wonderful. Um, the little Alpacool C12 refrigerator I got for it here is working well. My solar is managing all my needs well. And I have one 300-watt battery pack. I'm not going to tell you which kind it is. You might see it in a video, but I would rather not recommend this because I may have gotten a dud. Um, the all the connections, even the USB ports, are loose. And so I have to kind of watch the connections with it. But 300 watts runs this all my stuff easily. The Wii Boost and my cell phone, and I can charge my laptop, and I can run the Alpacool C12 refrigerator. I can actually run them all on the Bowden's 166 watt hour um, battery pack, and I have a 100-watt portable panel that I use to keep it recharged. And I can do everything with that small one, but having the 300-watt, gives me a little extra time without being plugged into the solar panel. I would like to upgrade the system somehow. I would like to make this take up less space, and I would like to have less of the messy wires behind my driver's seat right now. You can't see them, but I know they're there. And when I go to move something, it's like, too many pieces. Um, I found a new inexpensive shower place in my local area. Um, as you go forward, as I encourage you to go ahead and find ways to make every day an adventure for yourself, even on a low fixed income. I encourage you to simply go explore in your local area, wherever you find yourself. Just explore the area. You might be surprised at what you find. Yes, there are old software programs like cheap, uh, no, freecampsites.net, but I'm finding that like it doesn't look like it's been used very much. There is the US Public Lands app, which is about $2.99 to buy. I have not purchased that myself. I would like to. I haven't done it yet. Um, I use iOverlander and I use Google Maps. And when I have paper map books like Benchmarks or, oh, I forgot the other name, I do use paper maps as well. Um, but to find campsites and things, if you're just starting on a low income trying to find a way to have adventures, just do something local. And if you are more of an urban person, see if you can sleep in your vehicle at an all night grocery or a Walmart or a something, and just try it out. Even if you only sleep a couple of hours and go home, it's no big deal. And then hunt for where are the camping locations near you, and whether they're free camping or if you have to pay a little bit to get in. It depends on your being able to do this as a way to start. And sometimes it's good to like maybe pay for something one night just to try it, because it's the only way you're ever going to find out if you like it or if you can maneuver it. Take your blankets from the house, stick them in the car and go sleep somewhere and see what happens. See how it feels. Take a nap, take an afternoon nap somewhere. Um, I've been camping with a camp buddy who has a rather large dog. Um, that's a that's a consideration too. Pets on the road. I used to have Aussie, so I know about pets on the road. Um, I've been communicating with a couple of guys online that also have trackers. Um, John, who drives anything, I think is what his name is, got one around the same time as I bought mine, but then his head gasket blew and it sat for almost a month, but I believe that it's back on the road again. He's been teaching people about how great these cars are in off road conditions like sandy things, and also how they compare for gas mileage. That's been kind of important to him on his channel. Um, I see Trash Panda's things. He's quite the Suzuki mechanic somewhere up in the Pacific Northwest. And there's a couple other guys, anyways, that I've been kind of watching their things. Um, I'm kind of wondering what to talk to you guys about today, because the whole thing was I'm on my way to Overland Expo and I'll get there early and I have some work to do to prepare. I'm starting to meet people. Hi, Iris. Nice to see you. Um, I'm yeah, I'm starting to get prepared for that in a big way. I was hoping to get my business cards all well, I have them partially designed. I really was hoping to get them designed and the flip side of them to have a backside to them. And I didn't, I haven't got them done yet. And then the expense of the ones I really wanted to have looks a little pricey for today. Um, the donations that were given to me in the last couple of lives, because of the way YouTube manages money and making an income. Oh, cool, Iris. That's wonderful. Um, because of oops, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. uh, so welcome whoever's came in. I see these 4 people now. Um, yeah. So oh, the business cards. So I thought I was going to be able to order these, but they're looking like the yeah, YouTube when they give me the money, because like the last couple of weeks, a gentleman gave me some wonderful super chat income, but it takes over a month before I actually get it in my bank account. So I'll get it, but it'll be a while, and that's cool. But because I'm also traveling right now, and I haven't done this in a few minutes, and I paid my mechanic completely off. So all the work that was done to the tracker has now been all paid for. I will be saving toward the future. I'm going to have a new exhaust system put on in the future fairly soon. And then after that, I might be considering a paint job and wanting to do something along the lines of tyro coating or bed liner or whatever it's called. So that's probably coming in the future, but not right now. So the expense of the business cards I was looking at, I was like, oh crap, I'm looking at $45 or $50. And I'll have the money, but I don't have it right this second. And so I'm kind of when the wind dies down, which I think is Tuesday, I think I can travel again. Then I will focus on that as one of my next things as I'm getting ready for Overland Expo. Yeah, PayPal, I don't have to wait. Well, I have to wait maybe 3 days at the most, but um, they do get a few dollars of what comes through in PayPal. And anybody that wants to donate to me that way, you're welcome to use my email address, SimplyLesa at gmail.com. But whatever, I maneuver, and I keep my overhead low on purpose so that I can continue to maneuver as much as possible with what I've been given. And so I anything that are donations are such a blessing. They're such an extra. Let's see. I contacted the McLean Hammock Works people. Love them. Love their hammocks. Asked them about sponsorship and things of that nature. They said they couldn't do a full sponsorship, but they gave me a super, super wonderful um, discount code so I can get a coupon to get a really good discount on the hammock stand. I sent them a reply telling them that I'm not ready to buy it yet, but over the summer, yes, with the discount they gave me. And asked if they're going to be at Overland Expo, would they consider um, displaying one along with my vehicle? Because I would love to show that off as an option when you're in a small car or a micro camper situation or whatever, or if you're just a hammock camper. So I'd love to show that, but we'll see what happens, because I didn't learn if they're at if they're coming to Overland Expo West. I did download the Overland Expo West app. I'm not quite sure exactly how to use it yet, but I have it on my phone. Um, and I have communicated and I have seen the schedule, and I am facilitating a discussion, a community discussion on living with different abilities, basically on, overlanding and nomadic travel and whatever else, when you have disabilities. And it's a roundtable, like, sharing thing. And then I'm teaching a bunch of other classes for other things. And I was like, whoa, okay. So that's going to be fun and be work, but it's going to be fun. And I hope to get to meet a lot of really cool people. I've met people there before, like I am Jake. I have some great pictures of him. And I've met the Epic Family Road Trip family at Overland, and Michael from Overland Bound. There's and Phil from Down to Mob, which I do kind of follow him. Kind of different, but I do kind of follow him. So I am excited about getting up there and getting busy on that stuff. And there's the little bit of nerves that comes with anybody who teaches or gets up in front of people. I don't care who you are. I'm sure you have little nerve things. It gets better, but so does anybody have any questions? Can't be there. I'm hoping to get some practice with my new camera soon, and that will help me to film more so you guys can get those. I would like to put some more stuff out as videos, but I haven't been, doing any editing with my computer yet. And I feel like until I get up to Flagstaff and I have a little more public Wi-Fi that I can use, I feel like I can't do much of that right now. So I hope you all understand. Um, I've been really enjoying my new titanium pots that I got for the trip. Part of that was titanium doesn't react to human beings, and anything that you cook in titanium, um, no flavors stay in the pot, on the metal, whatever, right? So um, I can boil coffee in the same pot that I make, some garlicky thing in, and it won't matter, even with a little bit of wiping it out and whatever. But they were super lightweight and super strong, and you can use them in a campfire, on an open fire, and on any other method of cooking. So I wanted to get back to one set of pots for at home and away. Yes, there's a few cast iron things at my property that just makes sense to leave there, especially with this small vehicle. So I wanted some lightweight things because I'm trying to keep the weight of the stuff I carry down in the vehicle so that I can keep my gas mileage high and things of that nature. So, but they've been working really good. I got the titanium through Amazon. And speaking of Amazon, I did finally figure out that I had two Amazon stores and I didn't realize it. One of my stores had nothing in it, and the other store has something in it, but very few people were using it. So I haven't really earned a lot of money over there, but I'm an Amazon influencer and could have like an actual storefront and everything. So I'll be working on that soon too. But yes, I got through Amazon, and I'll be updating both my wish list as well as, because well, okay, let me get back to that. But I'll be updating my wish list as well as the store and my affiliate links, so that when I'm talking about things, you should be able to go in the description and like click things, and then I should be able to make a few cents every, little bit of donations when you do that. I would like to put a thing on here like buy me a coffee or get me a tank of gas or something. I need to figure that out, but you know, super chat, super thanks are down in the corner, I believe. I appreciate when you use it. I appreciate the YouTube is letting me do that. I'm hoping we're going to get a lot more traffic over here and that I can get focused enough to have some pretty good information. Yes, so you can purchase through my store and I get a little tip. Yeah, that all that stuff's helpful. Even if it's just enough for me to buy something I want, right, or whatever. Um, so let's see. I am gonna put a titanium coffee mug thing, probably an ever new one. I think the one I just looked at was under $30. Titanium's not cheap, but it should last a lifetime, and I can put it on a campfire and on my alcohol stoves and whatever. I can use it in lots of ways. And so I'm looking at a coffee mug so I can replace the plastic, the plastic, and the other, and the bowl, because I don't even use my bowl anymore. So I've been able to the little tiny pot. So I bought Timber Brothers titanium. It was a two-piece, a little pot that's I forgot. It's almost a quart. Anyways, and I bought and it came with a little fry pan. I haven't figured out how to cook eggs in the little fry pan yet. Scrambled ones, yeah, but I haven't quite figured it out. And then the larger pot, I can make soup in it really easy and eat right out of it because of the way the handles fold. It's comfortable as a bowl, so that's really comfortable. But I'd like to have a coffee mug so I can get rid of a couple of plastic things. And of course, these items like weigh nothing. Um, Thank you, you three, whoever are here that have been sticking with me today. I do feel like I haven't been very focused, and I wish we had more people with us today because this is fun for me when we have people. But I'm also a little tired because there's been a lot going on. Um, uh, yes, Iris, they do make fry pans and they make coated non-stick fry pans. There's a couple of brands. Well, there's a number of brands online. Most of them are made, they're either Japanese or Chinese. I kind of don't care. Okay. I know some people don't like that idea, but you keep your political beliefs to you, whatever. But uh, the thing for me is they're super lightweight. They heat up fast, but they cool down fast too. So even my little alcohol stove that I have a little Tokes alcohol stove. When the fire goes out, it's only a few seconds and it's cold enough that I can refill it if I want to use it and cook something else. So that's a nice feature. That it cools down fairly fast. Um, it's very, very lightweight. So it doesn't add. I mean, if you had to hike with this stuff, even us older people, you could put this in a bag and carry it. It's not heavy at all. And so I really enjoy going that direction with it. So fry pans, lots of different options. They do have a ceramic coating. They do have just a non-stick coating. Different companies have different things. Um, I love the Evernew titanium. I had a couple of pots that Greg had given me years ago. They ended up being donated to April's minivan when I was helping her with her minivan. That's years ago with the Howa stuff. Um, I felt bad about it later because I don't think she knew how to use them, and that's too bad. I probably should have taught her how to use them because they heat up faster, and so things can stick quickly, but they're so easy to clean because you can just burn the stuff off of them. You can't hurt these pots. And Anyway, so I have not become comfortable like frying an egg in the little mini fry pan that I have that's not coated. Um, yeah, I haven't heard from her since the last time I saw her at that van build. No, no idea. Um, um, let's see what else. Well, I might cut this short today. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad there's a few people here with us. Um, I'm watching this fly on the other window, but I can't reach the door handle. That's the only thing with this tracker that has annoyed me a couple of times is it can't reach the door handle to roll their manual roll down windows, right? To roll the window down, I can't reach it when I'm driving, right? And a couple of times in a parking lot, I needed to talk to the camp buddy. Okay, the other thing that would help would be a two-way radio. So eventually, I'll probably get some uh, walkie-talkie style radio or something, or so that I can talk to the person I'm riding with. And I would love, because I don't really have a place to put my phone right now. I don't know how I'm going to maneuver this. Um, but I almost think I would like putting the in the dash touchscreen radio thing that would be able to have the maps on it. I don't know yet, but it's, you know, after the muffler, after the paint job. Yeah, I think if they could do both, right? Why can't they have electric so you can, zzz when you need to? And then, I don't know, but that's very overkill. That's probably a little silly, but it would be cool. I love manual windows too. And I'm grateful for this car. I can afford it. I can afford the gas. So I am going to be able to go places. So we'll see as this goes along. I've had, some days when my bed wasn't comfortable, and then now I've got it comfortable again. Um, I still would like to have a Z Z fold camp mat because it would be easier to maneuver for when I'm putting the bed up and down and things like that. Plus, being the egg crate style, and I'm talking the kind like the Thermarest Z Rest. The problem with the Thermarest Z Rest for me personally is it's only 20 inches wide and I want 23 or 24 inches wide. I found something 23 inches wide on Amazon. It's in the $35 range. I will put it on my wish list. I don't remember if it's out there yet. Um, but and then it just accordion folds and that will make making my bed way easier. I've been struggling with my water jug situation because everything I've had is too tall. I don't have a place for it to live when this is in bed mode. So I'm maneuvering, working out ideas on that, and I may have to go with water bladders on the style of the Cedar Summit or the MSR dromedary bag. Something of that nature is probably the direction I'm going to have to go. Um, the refrigerator, I found that quart size Ziploc freezer bags. I come out of the grocery store, I take a few minutes either in camp or in the grocery store parking lot, and I chop the broccoli in pieces and the Brussels sprouts in little pieces because it keeps really well. Brussels sprouts keep better than cabbage, even though cabbage works really great too. Um, and then I just put them in a Ziploc bag. And if I buy the frozen ground turkey or turkey sausage, like at Walmart, it's $1.65 or, well, wait a minute, maybe it's $2.40 an hour or something, whatever. But if I can get that, I can take my sharp knife and slice it in 4 pieces and then put it in one bag. But I can reach in and get one chunk out to make a meal and get a handful of the green stuff, and then I can make something. And it works really, really well. And I've been a week now with vegetables with no trouble and not having to buy the expensive dehydrated ones, which was part of the reason why I went ahead and got the refrigerator. Um, I also, because the platform we built in the very back of the car is built the way it is, I was able to put avocados in a bowl, and they've been under there for I have 4 days, maybe. One of them was just ripe enough this morning to eat. I was a day early. I should have waited, but I wanted to eat it so bad, so I ate it. But it could have been another day or two for right, more right. And but the fact that that's underneath the plywood in the shade, along with sweet potatoes and things like that, they're keeping really well. So that's been I did good on that. Um, I don't know what else to tell you right now. This has been about 36 minutes. You got any questions or anything? Iris, you got anything you want me to talk about today? I guess I could try to come up with some more things to talk about with Mother's Day. As a mother, I do not believe that my children watch my YouTube channel, and yet they might. And if they do, I love them. And this channel started with me before it was my channel, with me typing journals so that my children would know who I was. So, um, because we kind of got separated by a divorce situation. I want Joshua and Rebecca, if you do get to see this, if any of the grandkids get to see this, I love you. I wish we had more contact, but whatever's comfortable for you. I'm old enough, I'll do what I have to do. Yes, I can see my own face getting older. So I'm sure if you see this, you'll see that. To anyone else I know that's a mother, happy Mother's Day. And to fur moms out there, I know what it's like to be a fur mom. Um, Enjoy having a day when you get honored. Um, oh, hi, Bonnie. Um, Happy Mother's Day to you too, Bonnie and Iris. Iris had mentioned wanting to know about CB radio. So I've had this conversation with a bunch of people that I know. CB radios used to be more used than they are currently. And so I have traveled with a friend who had a set of really good walkie talkies. And so I was able to have one in my car, and they had one in their Class A motorhome. That was one of the most fun trips I've ever had, because I could just press the button and say, "Hey, look left. Isn't that gorgeous?" And then put it down. It was kind of cool. It was really cool. Yeah, CB channels aren't used like they used to be, but there are groups of people who would like to keep CB stuff going. And so for those for people like that, I would like to have a CB as well. Understand now, I think Midland as a company is making, and I'm hoping to find out at Overland Expo, but I believe they make a handheld 12-volt radio thing that has the walkie-talkie internal, the CB, and maybe even ham radio. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. But it has a lot of functions, and it's all on a handset with a cord that goes to your 12-volt outlet. I would like to have something like that. I know there's the Boofwang or whatever. that's real popular in the Overland community. And I will be looking at that more because I want more communication things here. I need to learn more about how to wire this stuff in and not have wires everywhere. Um, and I need to, and I really want to somehow fix my solar so I don't have wires hanging all over the place. Plus, there's room in my engine compartment. So, there's a bear in the air. Yeah. There's room in my engine compartment, so I could do things like perhaps put a house battery up in there or something. I don't know. I'm, I'm just saying these are things that going forward I'll be messing around with. I love my little car. I have had car truck. I have been having so much fun using this and trying new things. And one coming into the campsite I'm in right now, I was on a camber that was like, so a camber is a sideways slanty road. Oh my goodness, it was a little scary. I had to slow down. I had to pat my chest, my PTSD, pat my chest, and then just go, okay, it's no worse than at home. Just go slow, go slow. You got this, you got this. And the next time I was able to straddle with my tires on the top of two things and not be in the same situation. And then I went out a different 2-track road and I got to the paved road part and it comes up like this. And then it was like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 feet straight up. I was like, I don't know if I can get up that. Okay, try it. It was like, as long as I don't flip the car, right? And so I did it. I did it. I just took it really slow. And this car is automatic because of my MS. I have been paralyzed twice in my life. And now that I understand that I have MS, both of those being paralyzed were related to my MS. Didn't know it then. Now I know it. Now I understand better. So I have an automatic because it's my left side of my body is more affected by my MS than my right side is. But that means that if I needed to shift and my uh, left side didn't work, I wouldn't be able to put the clutch pedal in. So the doctors and I discussed it, and they said, yes, it's probably wise and probably just a little bit more safe for everybody. So I chose to go with an automatic, which does not necessarily give me the same kind of power as a manual. And I love to shift, but this is safer for all of us. And and it's working really great now that we got the kinks worked out. The drive, oh yeah, and the snow and ice, yeah. Yeah, snow and ice. Even me, I grew up in Maine, but I don't have the years of experience driving in the snow and ice myself. So, not anymore. So, I'm respectful of all that stuff. Let's see. What else can I tell you about? um, I think I'm going to want to change my sleeping bag over time too. That won't happen right away. But I love the one I have. But I think I want something just a little more compact. And this be it. I should have left it at home, except I needed to be warm. But this is a wide rectangular sleeping bag, which at the property is fine because the mattress there is 30 inches wide. But it's just a little like it gets bunched up underneath of me and stuff. And that's a little annoying sometimes. So, I'll get this. I'm not really stressing over any of it. I only brought the one portable solar panel. It's 100-watt one. It's it's enough. I didn't need to bring two. Oh, I've had consideration a couple of times about my roof is a rally top. And so the two pieces are removable because this car originally came with a soft top on it. And so you know, from the factory, it would have had a soft top. But when I bought it, it already had the rally top on it. I'm glad it does. It's a hard top. And both the front and the back are removable. They're fiberglass and they have um, They have fabric, carpet stuff on them. And of course, that helps with condensation when you're sleeping in the vehicle, which is lovely. But I've had some conversations with the camp buddy about maybe I should see about getting the little roof rack that goes on the back part, because I could put a solar panel on that roof rack and it would give me attachment points for my tarps, which is what this magnet behind my seat here, this this silver thing. This is a magnet with a an eye bolt in it, and it's a 65-pound magnet. I have two of them. Don't ever get the two magnets stuck together because they're really hard to get apart. And these bolts are too long. They need to be screwed way down short and cut off. But I didn't have a way to do that yet. So for right now, they're like this. These, yes. Yes, Iris. These I just put on the top of the roof, and I can use a bungee ball or a carabiner and put a tarp, attach a tarp onto it. But the roof rack would make it even easier, simpler, more simple. Yeah, even more simple to do that. And I think I would kind of like it a little better. And if we got a solar panel, in a collective sense, got a solar panel, I could hinge it as the top on a small cargo basket. So that it was like a lid. And then things like my tarps for awnings and things of that nature could ride up there all the time. Right now, I have them riding on the back of on my tire rack. What I did was I got a couple of small nets and went all the way around the tire, and then I got a bag inside of that cargo net things, and it holds it really well, and so that's working well. But we'll see. A lot of this stuff is, as you get out there, you just keep trying. Like you said, yes, these came from Harbor Freight. These magnets came from Harbor Freight. They came in a 2-pack for $3.99, and they were 65-pound magnets each, made to put on each side of the glass, and they had hooks for hanging your Christmas wreath. And I had a buddy take a drill and drill the rivet out and remove the hooks. So I had just a hole. The larger ones are 95 pounds, and they won't come off a van driving down the road because I used them on one of my on Vantucket years ago. So, but magnets are great when you can get a hold of them. Yeah, they're great. They work. And like you said, Iris, trial and error. My New England accent just showed up real bad. Yes, and shade cloth, because it has the holes in it, the wind goes through, so the wind won't pull it off the way it pulls off a tarp. Anyway, but trial and error is one of the best teachers for figuring things out. I can tell you that this pot or that pot, I can tell you a cast iron pot's too heavy for me at my age to be carrying around all the time. I don't mind it at home, but in this car, if I had 3 cast iron fry pans, that would be what, 30 pounds or something? Why am I carrying that when I can have 3 of the same size pots in titanium that I can put on a fire just like that, and I can use them on a regular, stove, and they heat up fast, so I use less fuel, but they weigh like, I don't know, a pound, not even a pound, 12 ounces for all 3 of them or something. Why? To me, there's no question in a small space. And with my reacting to metals, and having to maneuver things and wanting to keep my gas mileage low, I don't see any reason to do anything else. So there are some of those considerations to think about. Yes, the little refrigerator is an expense that is more than my normal. Yes, I agree with you, Iris. I'd rather have water too. Um, my little refrigerator was an expense, but I was blessed. My therapist was able to find some funding that actually enabled that agency to purchase that for me. So thank you very much. Thank you, God, for that blessing. Um, I still I still shop at Dollar General. Okay, there's no reason to get expensive toilet paper unless your butt just can't handle it, right? Things of that nature. Um, yeah, I don't know what anything else anybody wants me to answer. I'd love to take a question or two, and then we're at 50 minutes, and it looks like today I am going to end at 60 minutes because it's going to be able to. So another 10 minutes, and I'm going to say bye bye. But it's lovely where I am, and it's so close to my property. Oh, good Lord. So, if you're looking for an inexpensive way to get started, get out and explore your own backyard because you don't know what you're going to find. And it might be super cool. And, take the risk and ask a friend if you can, camp with them and be a camp buddy. Camp buddies are great. Of course, when you haven't been out in a while, it helps you to get readjusted. And oh, I bet you are. I can't even imagine being back in the East Coast and down in Florida. Virginia was hot and sticky, and oh, I lived there a few years. And you know what? I don't like to live inside at all. And so when you're in a place like even down in Phoenix, when it gets the other day, it was hi Brooke. Um, it, down in Phoenix the other day, they said it was 104 already. And I'm like, I don't understand. That means for me, I'd have to stay inside in the air conditioning. I don't want to do that. That's boring. I want to be outside. Being outside's healthier for me. So, yeah, I don't want to be anywhere where I have to be stuck inside for the winter or stuck inside for the summer. Do I want to be necessarily floating away with a monsoon rain? No, I could go somewhere else. Do I want to be stuck with 3.5 feet of snow? Not necessarily. But, as long as I could take care of myself, I can do any of those things. But my preference is to be outside as much as possible. Do we have more questions? Um, Bonnie, if you're still around, I want to make sure that we text each other. You have my phone number. If we could do that, if we could text each other in the next, maybe today, I would appreciate that. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Iris, to go to one of the springs. 53 minutes. So let's see if we can get some more. Um, whoops, put my hand right in front of the camera, didn't I? There was a hair on it. I should have lifted this arm and pulled the hair off on this. Oh, that's great, Bonnie. Yeah, and I think I'll check in with one of our other friends that just made a trip west from Florida. You'll know who that is. Um, because in the next couple of days, I should be closer to where they are right this second. Um, thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad that my being open and talking, helps somebody. I have been to hot springs around here. I'm trying to remember if it was only in New Mexico or if it was in Arizona. I think it was only in New Mexico. But I've been to some great, great, like you got to hike a mile up in the mountain and it's partially in a cave kind, really wild kind. Those are really fun. And of course, in Costa Rica, there were a couple of them that they had made cement pools out of the hot springs. Um, I want to say in the 50s or something. And so that was nice in Costa Rica as well. But yeah, hot springs are nice. Um, 5 more minutes. What else can we talk about? um, I am a little excited about Overland Expo, but I also feel like I have quite a bit of work to do. Got to get those business cards done. I understand that, Iris, and I have not been as active like walking around. I think for the last well, since the wind kicked up, I've been, well, now I'm comfortable enough. I want to go for a morning walk. Well, then the wind's too much. So I was like, all right, well, let's wait till the wind's over. And then I'll start doing that again because it's healthier if we walk more at our age, especially. So, yes, I will. I will keep doing lives on Sundays. I will do my best to announce it ahead of time. I will also do my best to have some better ideas and focus about what I'm going to talk about. And and if I'm not going to, then I will put out a post or short and let you know, and also try to have some. Ah, that's right, Trevor. Rest you rust. That's right. Um, try to put out some kind of video or something at least, because I don't want to leave you all hanging. And I've noticed that everybody's loving the consistency of the Sunday morning, even if they have to come in later and watch it as a pre-recorded, which is okay. No, not yet, because I believe next week is not Expo yet. No. So I've got one more weekend before Expo. Then I'll have to make a decision. I need to look at the schedule again, and I'll have to make a decision as to whether I can, which I need to talk to the media people. I want to do a live from the Expo. So that's something I'd like to do. We'll see. We'll see if I can maneuver it. Oh, hi, Paul and Adrian. How are you? Oh, that's wonderful. You were putting him in the flames, huh? Iris, that's funny. Um, oh, it's really good to see you guys. I bumped into your neighbor the other day at the post office, but I didn't get to talk. I had somebody with me, and it didn't work out real well. So I owe that neighbor a phone call. Um, mm-hmm. Yep. So 2 more minutes. Um, don't have anything like, crazy wonderful to talk about. I will give you this. I am in Sitgraves National Forest. How's that? And there are lots and lots of Jeep trails in Sitgraves. And there are lots and lots of fire roads or access roads. It's in Sitgraves National Forest. Protect these places, keep them clean. Um, I first day here found a drink bottle that was crushed on the road. It's in the trash. So. Yes, and happy Mother's Day to everybody. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see you next week at 9:30 Arizona, USA time. Y'all adjust it for where you're at time-wise. And bring your questions. I don't know what the subject will be next week, but bring your questions, especially about Overland Expo in Flagstaff. Bring some questions about my rig, anything of that nature that could be helpful to anybody. Bring them on. Let's see what we can do. Let's talk some gear as well. Maybe I'll be able to show you more about the vehicle and stuff. Well, we'll see. Well, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Keep it simple. Keep life simple, travel light and often, and make every day an adventure. Ciao.